homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today got to work on the tractor. It's been down for about 3 weeks. My grass is terrible. Looks like a hay field. So I've got to get something done. But now the problem is the little PTO switch right up on the dashboard, and this is it. This one looks a little different, so I'm kind of concerned, but it's just a little PTO switch that you push in and turn it on and off. So we've got to get the old one out, and in looking at this, it looks like this one slips in there and these squeeze together, and when it slides down in, these little clips slide in. So it might be one of those things that I can remove the old one and put this one in without taking the dash off. Let's go over and have a look at it. Now here's the old switch. I took the top off, and there's a place here that looks like I might be able to put a screwdriver down in and compress that and pull it off. But if you'll look, it looks just a little different, but it's not enough different. Maybe just the decals here are all that's different, or maybe my decals are just rubbed off. You know, this is I bought this tractor in 2015, so we've got to get that out of there and get it changed. I'm hoping that the wiring is enough that I can pull the old wiring out and plug this in without having to take the bottom off. So we can take this bottom off with a couple of screws, or a couple of bolts. But I really don't want to have to take that off unless I just have to. And if we have to take this upper part off, you have to take the steering wheel off, and I'm just not ready to do that. So let's get it looking at this. Let's talk about the manuals for a minute though. Okay, here's the operator's manual. It comes with your tractor. The operator's manual, my Mahindra is an Emax 22 gear. The operator's manual is okay. It doesn't tell you anything about maintenance. It does show you where the fuses are, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So I went and bought a repair manual. Well, they don't have a repair manual for the Emax 22 gear. They do have a repair manual for the Emax 22 HST. Well, most of the stuff's the same, but I'll just tell you, this manual was written by a little Indian guy over in Bangladesh or wherever, and it's kind of hard to understand. Okay, the pictures are clear, but the writing is, it's in English, but it's garbled English. I'm not too enthused with the manual. I was expecting a Haynes Auto Repair manual, and I got a cookbook from Martha Stewart on tractors. So that's what I got. But we've never taken one of these off before, so we're going to do it and show you how it's done. Now, again, my shoulder is messed up, so if I have to take the bottom off and reach up under there, it's going to be impossible for me. So my youngest son's here. He's going to try and help me in those places where you got to use two hands. So we're going to get this thing off and see what we can do. Okay, here we are. Benjamin's going to take and put 2 screwdrivers in and see if he can compress those. And I'm going to slide my pocket knife under and see if I can pull it up. Oh, looky there. Come right out. Life's good. Now, oh, it come all apart. Totally apart. So now we're going to have to get something and reach down in there and get that. Probably have to go get a pair of needle nose. Nope, looks like BO might be able to get it out, and it's not going to be long enough to get to the thing, so we're going to have to take it apart.
Looks like something been making a nest in it.
Yeah, looks like we got some mouse friends in there. Oh yeah,
that's probably what caused it to break.
I doubt it. Oh. That's, but we definitely cannot get to that from there, so we're going to have to we're going to have to take that bottom off. Doggone it, I didn't want to have to do that. Well, let's get at it. Okay, the cowl here is 10 millimeters. I'm going to see if I can tap one on. The way this is made, it's hard to get your socket on it. So I've got a sneaking feeling. That's it. You got to hammer it on. So, and it's a. Can't get that out. One off.
You get your side, I'll pull mine.
There's one coupling.
There we go. Now it's going.
Okay, good.
All right.
Now we should be able to set this cowl back.
Looks like it'll pull. We just don't want to.
There we go. There's that back. Now, well, babies, more than I wanted to see. We're going to have to maybe have to come at this from the side. There's a whole nother section right here, a hard section. I don't want to have to remove this top, but that might be exactly where we have to go. Poo, poo, poo. That is not what I wanted to do. Well, fiddlesticks. Fiddle-dee-dee. Okay, let's look at what we can get to from here. It looks all covered too. Yeah, it's full of stuff down in there, so we're gonna have to take this off. Now, this is slipped over that, and all we did was took a screwdriver and pulled it up, and that looks like, if I'm guessing, a 21 millimeter nut, but it might be a 19, so I'm gonna
try the 19 first.
It's a 24 millimeter. So now let's see if we can turn that off.
Wow, that's looser than I figured it would be.
Yeah, I knew it shouldn't be too heavily torqued.
It lets me know when we go to put it back on that we can't probably press fit.
I can't hit it.
Hold on. Let me pull this out of here before we send it flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't
Yep.
do nothing with that arm.
It's fine. I got you. Take it away.
Use a screwdriver. Oh, you got it? Well, that worked.
You loosened it up for me. Alright, that's enough. That should have let me. Wow.
Now, let's have a look and see what we got back here. Here we are. Looks like we've had some mousies.
It chewed on the wires too.
Looks like we've had a few mice. We'll get all that out of there. And there's our plug. Let's put in the other. We'll put on the other plug. Lands. Oh, wait a minute, what's right here? I'm pulling the wrong thing. There's a clip right there. Yeah. There it went.
It's one clip.
It's one clip and it's on the original clamp. Now, let me bring your, what?
All the mouse chewing.
Oh yeah, our rats chewed it up. We probably got a blowed fuse too when we get done with this part. Alright, now, the way this one goes in there, there's a little clip and there's some little holes that line up over here. Let me show you. There's some little holes that line up with these little clips. Turn that around there where I can see. Where this clip lines up in the hole like that, and then it slides right down in there, and then it just clips in. There we go. Now we're ready to put it back on the plug.
You see that all right?
Yep, it only plugs in one direction. And there, that's got that. We've got this cleared out. I'm going to check and
we might want to check everything else here.
make sure we not got anything else that's really boogalooed.
Oh, your other wires look all right.
Yeah, the other wires all look good. Okay, let's get this back down on there. Okay, now let's get our steering wheel back on.
It's got a set of threads.
Yep, it's got a set of
You want to make sure
splines.
they're lined up so it can be seen?
I'll just show it. See, right here, there are a set of splines that the steering wheel latches on. So now it's ready to put the lock washer back on. And now the nut. And that's a 24mm nut. If I had some anti-seize, I'd put on it, but I don't have any. Now, I'm sure that this is supposed to be torqued down, but we're just going to do it till the lock washer flattens out. That's all.
Basically till it feels right. It wasn't on there super tight.
Right. That's probably enough
Probably
right there.
booga.
That lock washer's flat. That's all you got to have. Okay, then the little cap goes back on. That's that. And now we're ready to put the cowl back on the bottom. But we'll do a quick look at the bottom here and make sure that we don't have any more nests and stuff. It looks like the The brake's in okay shape. Everything's good. There's not a whole bunch of debris under there. So we'll go ahead and get this cowl back up on there. Hold up, Bill. Okay, now we'll get the cowl back on. I would bet
bolt pattern's identical on both sides except for the one in the middle.
this bottom one on. Okay, now it's time for the test, maybe the jack acid test. But with these, with the PTO switch, okay, this one was just totally gone. With the PTO switch, the tractor won't start. Okay, so it's been completely down. It won't even start. No matter what you do, I could have took the switch loose and it still wouldn't start because it has an interlock that has to have this switch turned off to start. So I'm going to let Benjamin get up here on the tractor because I can't pull myself up on the tractor. And tomorrow, I'm going to do some stuff to make it where I can get on and off this tractor and mow my grass. Let's see if we got the acid test right.
Here we go.
Raise that off the ground a little and engage the PTO. Lights on. Now, put it in neutral. Take your foot off the clutch. Cut the PTO off and cut her off. Woohoo! Winner! Alright, now, if you like this homesteading stuff, do it yourself, planting a garden, all that kind of stuff, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, it's time for me to get this thing modified so I can get up on it and cut my grass.